Wow, it's been 10 years,
Can
Julie.
you believe it?
I cannot believe it. 2006.
2006,
Remember
a
our
decade.
election?
I do.
So it was on a napkin.
Literally.
We wanted to reach a community in a different way.
A lot of the same types of luncheons and dinners and events. We wanted something different.
Something completely different. And I think I wanted it to be something that would stimulate women's minds.
Yes.
As well as having a great, fun day. And I didn't want it to be just another shopping event.
And to engage an entirely different community.
Yes.
So I think we did that.
I think we did it too. How about that?
I remember that first, the first setup. So early in the morning when everybody was bringing all of their clothes and setting up their booths, it was like, wow, this takes a lot of coordination.
I still say that every year.
Yeah.
Even though we had this great idea that we sketched out on a napkin and then got great people like Vivian Jennings involved and had a whole team and cadre of people, I was like the idea person. You were like first idea person. It took our whole committee that took that and bought the ball and ran with it, because I feel like without those really hard workers and the women that were on the committees, it would have died. It would have died on the vine. So I'm so thankful when I look out at those 900 women, because even though I had a small piece in the beginning, the continuation of that and everybody's hard work for these last 10 years has been really remarkable.
Griffin was born June 9th, 2012. He was nine weeks early, and he spent 6.5 weeks here in the NICU.
There was 14 nurses in my room. Griffin's heart rate was not there. They called the doctor immediately, and I was rushed into the emergency room. It was by far the scariest time in my entire life, but the NICU nurses were amazing. They held my hand and said, "We're gonna get through this together." And that's the last I knew, was them putting me on the table and saying, "Be strong, and before you know it, you're gonna have your baby boy."
I got here, they scrubbed me up, thinking I could go in for the emergency C-section, which Carla had. Ultimately, I wasn't able to go into the operating room. Carla called me at 6:28. I got here at 6:35. He was born at 6:48.
They took something that was an unusual experience and made it seem so natural and so assuring that it's going to be okay and he's going to be like any other kid. And they were 100% correct, because we have the happiest and healthiest 4.5-year-old that you could ever imagine. The Books in the Boutique is a great event because it brings women together and the community together in a fun event. It really does affect lives, and little lives. My son is definitely grateful for every bit of donation that everyone's making today, because of those donations, it's why he's alive today, in my opinion.
I was St. Luke's youngest stroke patient. When I was just 18 years old, I suffered a massive brainstem stroke. I'm very fortunate that I just happened to be on the phone with my mother at the time.
Amanda called and I rushed home. I worked nearby. I came to see her. And when I got here, she was in seizure. Her left side was in seizure. Her right side was paralyzed. I called the paramedics immediately. They came here. We took her to St. Luke's South Hospital. It would be 2 weeks before we would know whether Amanda would ever walk or talk again. She was dubbed the miracle kid at the hospital. I mean, all the doctors were raving. She was the talk of the hospital.
I had an amazing group of doctors working with me, and thanks to them, I had an amazing recovery.
I went to Gopper and had an ultrasound there, and pretty much right there at that ultrasound they told me that what I had was going to be cancer. Once you find that out, then your first appointment, is to come back there, talk about the options, and then start seeing surgery, oncology, and then ultimately I would be coming back to the Goppert Center too. Most of the names that I had gotten from my relatives, they were the surgeons at the Goppert Center. So I ended up doing all of my cancer treatment was here at St. Luke's South at the infusion center here. After my experience and still my ongoing experience here at St. Luke's South, I feel very passionate about supporting St. Luke's South, the community that they serve, and that they are the only faith-based nonprofit hospital in the Kansas City area, and they're easy to support.
Over the last 10 years, our community in St. Luke's South have made great strides together. Through your generous support, we've been able to expand emergency services to our community. We've been able to bring the Jacobson and McElliott Diabetes and Endocrinology Center, and we've been able to also bring the Goppert Breast Center to this community. But we're not done. Over the next 10 years, we're going to continue offering the same high-quality, safe, patient-centered care you've come to expect from St. Luke's Health System. We're going to continue growing programs and services to best meet the growing and changing needs of our community. We would like to say thank you to all of you for your support over the last 10 years, and thanks in advance for all your support moving forward. Thank you all.